You guys ready? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tim Robb. I'm the Homeland Security Advisor to Governor Joe Lombardo. Thank you for being here for the State of Nevada's update on our cyber incident. In this press conference, we will be sharing as much information as possible about what we know at this point and a bit of where we're headed in our response and recovery efforts. Today, we'll be hearing from Tim Galuzzi, the Executive Director of the Governor's Technology Office, Joseph Organ, the Deputy Regional Director of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, Nathaniel Holland, the Assistant Special Agent in Charge for the FBI in Las Vegas, Stacy Weeks, our Director of the Nevada Health Authority, Richard Whitley, the Director of the Department of Human Services, Tanya Laney, the Director of the Department of Motor Vehicles, and Christopher Sewell, the Director of the Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation, followed by Ryan Cherry, our Chief of Staff to the Governor. We are joined up here also by a few of our Department of Homeland Security partners that have been supporting this as well. After Chief Cherry, we will get into a brief opportunity for questions and answers, but those questions will be confined to the questions of state agencies and their operations, because we will be providing all that we can on the incident through Tim Galuzzi's remarks. Before I turn it over to Tim, I want to thank you for all the effort you've put in with your team and all the partners that have come together to make this incident response happen. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Good afternoon. My name is Tim Galuzzi, and I serve as the State Chief Information Officer and Executive Director of the Governor's Technology Office in the state of Nevada. In the early hours of Sunday morning, our state data center operations team detected anomalous activity in our server infrastructure. Our teams acted immediately, and by late Sunday, our concerns were confirmed. The state of Nevada had become the target of a sophisticated, ransomware-based cybersecurity attack. Upon detection, we immediately activated our established cybersecurity incident response plan. Our first and most critical step was to contain the threat. And to that end, we have taken deliberate and targeted actions, which have included isolating and taking certain systems offline. This was done to prevent any further spread of the intrusion and to protect the foundational integrity of our state's digital infrastructure. This critical but necessary step, unfortunately, has led us to where we are today. This is not a fight that we are in alone. I want to take a moment to express my profound gratitude for the incredible partners who have been working shoulder to shoulder with the state teams since the moment this incident began. With our own Governor's Technology Office staff, who have been working around the clock, and their dedication is nothing short of heroic. We are also receiving direct hands-on support from our federal partners. Their expertise is invaluable, and their immediate deployment of resources demonstrate a unified commitment to defending our state's infrastructure. This is a whole-of-government response. Now I want to speak directly to the people of Nevada. We know this is causing disruption. We rely on these systems every day. Some of you have already experienced difficulty accessing certain state services online or have faced delays when contacting state agencies. We understand and deeply regret the frustration and concern this causes. Please know that your inconvenience is not lost on us. In fact, the primary driver of our response. Our goal is to restore full functionality as quickly as possible. But we have a duty to do so safely and securely. Bringing systems back online is a meticulous process, as we must ensure the threat has been fully eradicated before we reconnect them. Our chief concern throughout this entire incident is the care and consideration of the state's infrastructure, and most importantly, the sensitive data we are entrusted to protect. You trust us with your information, and we view our role as its steward with the utmost seriousness. This brings me to a difficult but necessary part of the update. As part of our commitment to transparency with the people of Nevada, I must disclose that our ongoing forensic investigation has found evidence that indicates some data has been exfiltrated or moved outside the state network by the malicious actors. I need to be very clear on the next point. At this stage of our intensive investigation, we cannot yet identify or classify the specific nature of this data. The process of analyzing the information to determine exactly what was taken is complex, methodical, and time-consuming. Speculation on the data that was affected before we have any definitive proof would be irresponsible. What I can promise you is this: our investigation is our number one priority. We have leading third-party forensic specialists working with state and federal partners to answer this question. Should we determine that any sensitive personal information of our citizens was compromised, we are prepared to follow the appropriate steps. This is a challenging and fluid situation. Our focus is on secure and methodical restoration, a thorough investigation, and transparent communication with the public. Before I close, I would like to thank Governor Lombardo for his leadership, the technologists and support staff of the Governor's Technology Office, our state, local, vendor, and federal partners who have been working around the clock on response and recovery since the beginning of this incident. Cybersecurity is a team sport, and the only way we are going to get through this and create a more resilient infrastructure is by continuing to work together. Thank you. And next, I'm going to pass it off to Joseph Organ from DHS.
On FEMA's emergency response grants and available assistance. As America's Cyber Defense Agency, CISA, is leading the federal coordination with our state and local partners to restore necessary critical services as the state of Nevada responds to and recovers from the incident. CISA is fully committed to providing cybersecurity services and expertise to the state of Nevada as long as necessary. This unified response is an example of operational collaboration in real time. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Assistant Special Agent in Charge, Nathaniel Holland from the FBI Las Vegas Division. The FBI routinely offers assistance to our local law enforcement officers to provide additional manpower and specialized resources in multiple ways. The FBI would not stand idly by and allow criminals to launch intrusive cyber attacks on our state offices. We are committed to working with our public and private sector partners to stop computer intrusions and prevent further harm. While our standard practice is to decline comment on information we share with our partners, the FBI continuously collects intelligence about potential threats and shares information with our law enforcement partners to assist in protecting the communities we all serve. The FBI is charged with defending the U.S. against a full range of cyber crimes, including threats from hackers for hire, organized cyber syndicates, and state-sponsored malicious cyber actors. Over the past decade, cyber attacks have escalated in scale and impact. Investigating cyber actors often takes numerous tips from the public to provide an aggregate amount of detail to identify the criminal actors. If anyone has any tips, please call 1-800-CALL-FBI or contact us at tips.fbi.gov. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Stacy Weeks. I'm the Director of the Nevada Health Authority. I'm pleased to report that our operations, while limited, are up and running at the Nevada Health Authority. This includes Medicaid, our State Employee Benefits Program, also known as PEB, and the State Health Insurance Exchange, which is also known as the Nevada Health Link, as well as our healthcare regulatory unit that oversees health facilities, medical laboratories, and additional services. As I have stated to staff, our primary goal at this time is to ensure services and benefits for Nevadans go uninterrupted as we work to come back online. This includes creating new processes right now, as well as dusting off old manual paper procedures as needed. While our websites and state systems and our phone lines are down at our offices at Medicaid and Public Employee Benefits Program, I can confirm that our State Health Insurance Exchange is fully operational, which includes a functioning website, call center, and online portal for any members who need to access those plans. As for Medicaid and our state public employee benefits program, covered members can still access their benefits and receive care from their providers. Members may attend scheduled appointments and seek care as usual. Healthcare providers for both programs will still get paid for covered services to our members. For PEB members who need assistance with their benefits during this time, they can email our state staff to receive assistance. They can do that through the PEB portal. If you cannot find that online, they can email our staff at memberservices@peb.mv.gov. For Medicaid members, if you are enrolled in one of our 4 managed care plans, you can directly reach out to your health plan. As always, their services have gone unaffected by this event. For those of you on traditional Medicaid who are not enrolled in a managed care plan, you can email us at medicaid@mvha.mv.gov to reach one of our care coordinators. Additionally, we are working closely with the Nevada Division of Social Services, which houses our eligibility and enrollment system for Medicaid, to troubleshoot any challenges that remain for accessing and connecting with this system. Paper applications for Medicaid eligibility are still available. These applications can be found at our state Medicaid district offices across the state, where caseworkers are available during business hours to assist individuals in person if needed. For hospitals and providers, care coordination efforts through Medicaid managed care members remain unaffected. For traditional Medicaid, our district offices are there and working and ready to assist. Staff at these offices, as I mentioned earlier, can be reached at medicaid@mvha.mv.gov. Any post-discharge transfers at a hospital, any presumptive eligibility requests, or any other care transitions should be unaffected overall. As of this morning, we have communicated with our hospitals through their association on a workaround process for presumptive eligibility and have provided contact information to each hospital on how to escalate urgent or emergent issues to our leadership at Nevada Medicaid if special attention is required during this time. As always, providers are encouraged to reach out to us and to myself as well as at our community and providers at mvha.mv.gov inbox for any questions that they may have. Thank you.
Hi, Richard Whitley. I serve as the director for the Department of Human Services. Our agency really is a public-facing agency, and as was stated by Ms. Weeks, we rely on technology, particularly for applications to programs. So in addition to Medicaid that she mentioned, SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Programs, often referred to as food stamps, is a major program that individuals and families rely on in our state. The delay for that process is the application, but I've provided to the media the office locations of our eligibility offices where staff are assisting with paper applications and with required documentation so that when the system is up and running, we will be able to submit on their behalf and to actually make them eligible, not requiring a return visit. The same with the temporary assistance for needy families. That's cash assistance to families in poverty. That program is processing applications in the same way. Our WIC program, Women, Infant, and Children's, is not disrupted. It's operated in the community, in clinics, and there is no disruption in benefits or application. We have fully staffed our social service offices, and again, the locations are in a handout that I provided. We typically get public coming in with multiple needs, and we don't provide all those needs. So I think this opportunity for us to actually refer plays to one of our strengths. We are regretful about the delays in eligibility, but the services themselves, if people need food in real time, we refer them to the food pantry, transportation, all the services that we don't routinely provide. And so I truly believe our agency serves as the safety net for the public that are most at risk, children, families, and the elderly. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Tanya Laney, Director of the Nevada DMV. We understand the DMV is the most recognized and accessed public agency in the state of Nevada, but we want to remind our citizens that this statewide outage is impacting almost every state agency's operations, and connectivity to impact safety and the health and human services fields needs to take priority over DMV services. That being said, the Governor's Technology Office, in cooperation with the Nevada DMV's Information Technology team, are working around the clock for resolution in reconnecting the public with the services that we offer. All DMV staff that can provide any assistance and support during the outage are reporting to the offices on a daily basis. Any staff fully impacted by the outage are ready to return at a moment's notice to resume in-person services. Absolutely every available staff member and vendor are all hands on deck with triaging possible solutions to get us back up and running. Services currently available through the DMV are as follows: Know-to-Drive driver's license permit testing online through our partners at Numo, rapid registration and turbo titling for private party sales and out-of-state transfers through our partners Salesforce and Slalom, online complaint system that connects to our compliance enforcement division, our contact center is utilizing chats to answer questions for customers, and our website is back online through the great work of our team with our vendor partners, Amazon Web Services. Currently, our website is listing what is available, and that should be used as a source of all important information moving forward on exactly what is available and when we are able to reopen our doors at the DMV. In addition, we will continue to post updates as they become available on our DMV social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, and X, that are monitored by our public information officers. We are in regular communication with our largest business partner, the auto dealers in Nevada. We thank the Nevada Franchise Auto Dealers Association for their support, patience, and open communication with us. We hear your frustrations, and we are feverishly reviewing solutions to assist you. We are conducting drive tests as scheduled and working through the cancellations of Monday and Tuesday using both existing drive test staff and staff that have moved on to other divisions that can still assist with those duties. Common concerns that are coming in, we hear you. We will be waiving any late fees or penalties that are occurring as a result of the closure. Any expiration dates that fall in the closure window are being programmed to be waived. Upon resuming in-person services, we will be honoring any appointments we were not able to see during the outage for a period of at least 2 weeks as a walk-in accommodation. We are working closely with the Governor's Office and our law enforcement partners to ask them to be lenient with customers that fall into this time frame. Let me be clear, this leniency is only going to apply to our customers that expired due to the outage. We are working closely with the Governor's Office to address any additional waivers or exceptions that may be needed in the coming days, and we again thank the Nevada citizens for their patience.
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Sewell. I'm the Director of the Department of Employment, Training, and Rehabilitation. I want to assure everyone, DETR is up and running and serving Nevadans. As everyone knows, we have a new system called NUI, and it is fully operational. Claims are being processed, and clients and claimants are being paid. Our call center is operational, and for claimants who want to check on their unemployment claim, please use the CSS portal in the new NUI system to check on your claim if you have any questions. Our employee NV offices are open and serving Nevadans looking for jobs. We have 46 statewide offices there to help people find new jobs and new careers. Our rehabilitation division that takes care of individuals with disabilities and connecting them with employment is also open and available for walk-ins and for clients that have appointments. Our Nevada Equal Rights Commission is online and serving Nevadans. And I want to pause here and thank the Governor's Technology Office for all of their assistance and working with my team on making sure that we are up and running and serving Nevadans. Chief?
My name is Ryan Cherry. I'm Chief of Staff for Governor Joe Lombardo. I want to start off by thanking the men and women standing behind me and at all the state agencies that are working through this matter. Nevadans should be able to rest a little easier knowing that the hardworking public service in the Governor's Technology Office, all of the executive branch agencies, constitutional offices, and our federal partners are working tirelessly to get us through this unfortunate event. The Governor has given us direction to prioritize some of the restoration efforts. We've been working with the Governor's Technology Office and agencies to move forward in those efforts. And I want to make clear we've been successful in some things that are important both for state employees and for Nevada constituents of the state. One is payroll for state employees. We were able to manually process payroll for the pay period 5, consisting of the dates August 4th through 17th. Direct payments are starting to hit accounts already for those employees who receive direct assistance, and any paper checks that needed to be cut are ready to be picked up if they haven't already by their agency's pay clerks. As it relates to education funding through the pupil-centered funding plan, we were also able to find a manual process in which we were successful in allocating the pupil-centered funding plan dollars, which are due September 2nd, 2025. Payments to the school districts, charter schools, counties, and cities were submitted for approval today. We intend that those payments are transmitted tomorrow through the Treasurer's office, and the recipient account should see them by Tuesday. State infrastructure improvements are happening as we speak. Governor's Technology Office continues efforts to reestablish network connectivity to executive branch offices, including internet and phone services. We are seeing many of the executive branch agencies with restoration for phones. We are already receiving constituent inquiries successfully through both the Governor's Northern Nevada and Southern Nevada offices, and we'll continue to work to restore all of those phone and technology infrastructure services moving forward. Continued communications on this event for customer-facing communications, external communications will be stored in the Office of Emergency Management's website. That website should be live this evening. We will make sure that all members of the press are notified when that goes live, and that will host all past and future communications as to restoration efforts, as well as external contact list for Nevadans who need to reach out to agencies who may not be able to access websites for directory information for those agencies as well on a go-forward basis. With that being said, I just again want to thank the hardworking men and women in the state of Nevada, our federal partners, for all of the efforts that we are undergoing to restore services to the state of Nevada. I just am incredibly grateful and proud for the team that we have working for us, and I think each and every Nevadan should be thankful and proud of them as well. With that being said, we will move to questions. As Tim Robb stated earlier, since we have outlined all factual information that we can related to the impacts of the cyber incident and the nature of those impacts, all questions should be remained focused on the efforts to provide customer-facing service to constituents in the state. Any questions in the room? All factual information that we can provide to you has been discussed through Tim Galuzzi, the Chief Information Officer for the Governor's Technology Office at this time. We will be looking forward to providing additional information as it becomes available, and we have verified that information on a go-forward basis. We are working tirelessly to determine those efforts. There are outside vendors within the Governor's Technology Office. The Governor's Technology Office are federal partners who are all working in concert to determine that information. As soon as that is available, this effort, this Governor's administration prioritizes transparency, and we will be providing information when we can on that effort.
Ryan, I have to ask, why is it the Governor here?
The governor is aware of all information, and we are regularly updating him, but this is an issue where we're bringing people together. He was not available to participate in person on this, so you have me as a representative of his office and all of his agency directors, and I'm moving forward.
Let me ask, I don't know if you can answer it, considering, but this is a ransomware attack. That would imply that there is some sort of ask by the courts. Have they asked for money? Have they asked for any sort of payment at this point?
Tim, do you want to have a... At this point in time, I don't think we can share any information related to that issue. We have shared all the factual information that we have at this point in time. I will reiterate, though, with your question, I thank you for it, that this is a priority for Governor Lombardo. We have been working tirelessly, keeping him apprised of the situation as it is there, and I don't want his absence at all to reflect on the importance of addressing the situation and his engagement in that.
Thank you. Time for one more question.
Do we know if this is unique to Nevada right now, or you know if it's happening elsewhere?
I cannot answer that question as a representative of the state of Nevada. If we have any information that reflects that in the future and we can verify that, we will share that with you at the time.
Thank you all.
Okay, as we just heard from a whole collection of state officials here from a variety of different departments, the state of Nevada has been a victim of a ransomware-based cybersecurity threat that has shut down a chunk of state services online. Of course, many systems operating in a networked way are shut down. Not all of them, though, and we got a long list of what's working and what's not working.
Right, and a lot of these agencies have bits and pieces of their agency up and running, like some makeshift websites just to get information out there, although the phone lines may be intermittently not operational, as well as some websites where you can book appointments. We heard from Health and Human Services representatives as well as DEETR. They said payments are still going out. You can still file claims in person at the offices. We also heard from the DMV. It was interesting how she said, listen, we are probably the most recognizable state agency, but we understand that health and safety come first. She did say they will honor all the people who have appointments over these last 3 days. Over the next 2 weeks, they hope to be lenient with fines, and you can, kiddos, you can take those driver tests.
Yeah, also interesting to note for state employees, they are still processing payroll. They're doing it the analog way instead of digitally, but they say those are dropping for direct deposit now, or if you can pick up your check in person, you can do that. So people are getting paid. There will be some delays for things like applying for SNAP benefits maybe. Some Medicaid applications are delayed, but they said they are working on getting everything online. No timeline yet for when all these things could be back up and running, and they also were very closed-mouthed about what exactly happened, the nature of the attack, and what they're doing to make it better.
Still very much an ongoing investigation. If you happen to know anything the FBI wants to hear from you, you can call 1-800-CALL-FBI or send in a tip to tips.fbi.gov. We're going to continue to follow this closely. We have Miles McLean down in Carson City, and he will give us a recap as well as what else he has learned down there at the state capitol coming your way in our later newscasts.